I think the person who was most impacted by the injury stuff in some ways was Sherbs. Our system was we just love big, strong targets that we can play into, and a lot of stuff kind of works off of that. And it was supposed to be Steve Sherbahn and Robert Miggs fighting it out for that spot. And we had done it in the spring, we did it in South Africa. I definitely think that as the year would have gone, one would have started some, one would have started some, other games. They both were going to be part of it, and both going to be critically important parts of that. And we were excited about it, and we really saw Sherbs just grow a lot in Africa and grow a lot in the spring. But then, when Robert goes down, there's a big difference between doing that and then saying that you've got to be the guy who has to, what they call in soccer, lead the line. And following, the Chase Ten Brooks and all of these guys that we've had that have predated him in that position that are pretty much just all-American 10 to 20 goal forwards, and this has to be you, and you've got to do it. And you got to do it against Rowan and whatever. And we knew that physically that he kind of had the gift. Not seen it, but evidently he plays sports against anybody else. He plays basketball, he wins, whatever. He beats everybody and everything. What I was looking for Steve is I was looking for him to just want to be the man. And I had not necessarily felt that he wanted to be the man and just wanted to put his head through a wall and say, you're gonna put everybody on my back. And so I quietly had told some guys around me, I'm waiting for him to text me, whatever, reach out to me, and be angry that he doesn't start every game. Probably had told Wyatt that. He would start some, he'd do really well, and then he wouldn't. He might not start because we just kind of did a lot of different things, and we kind of work on tactics and stuff like that. And whoever we played before Hopkins, he had a great game. I named him kind of player of the game, and then named the team, I think on Thursday for the Saturday game, and he was not starting against Hopkins. And I will never forget getting the text at about 11 o'clock that was kind of angry from him, saying, I think I deserve this. And I deserve to start in this game, whatever. And from that point forward, that's what I was looking for him. Now, I know I opened up a massive can of worms with the rest of the team. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna, but it wasn't, that's not necessarily like an ethos for anybody else but him. That's just what I wanted from him. And I felt like I needed him to just kind of independently find it out on himself. I couldn't, he just had to find it. And he did, And I think maybe secondly or third leading goal scorer on the team this year. I remember kind of even at the end of the Drew game, you were just maybe as, if not more, ripped up than everybody else after that game, and just wanting it. And I think that it would be safe to say that as we talk about the perfect storm and other guys having to step up and things like that, many did. But you specifically were in that position that allowed us in so many ways to get back to kind of our DNA of who we are, and it was just awesome. I'm just so happy for you to be able to kind of end the way you did.
So I show up, and we're sitting in the bleachers at Tylus like we do before every preseason. I don't know anyone. They had all just spent a week with each other, and I didn't know any of the guys really, but they all brought me in. We got close. I went through preseason, ran the beep test for the first time, not even knowing I was going to have to do that. That was terrible. And then I make the team, so that's sort of how it all started and how I ended up on this team that I've come to love so much. And I don't know, I like to think that I have some pride for being able to decide, I know I want to play, I know I'm good enough to play, I'm going to try out and I'm going to do it. And I did it, and I lasted all 4 years, so it's been a ride though. Struggled the first few years. I didn't play that much at all. I mean, freshman year, yeah, probably 4 games, I don't even know. But I just got a lot of joy from being able to start this year and play in a lot of games, and score some goals, score against Drew in the NCAA tournament. Actually, I have last night with my grandfather at dinner, he gave me this newspaper clipping Diplomats fall in the first round. And it's about the Drew game. Somehow he gave it to me. And I don't think I had really thought about the season at all after losing until really I saw this article last night, and I sort of got back to thinking about what it all meant to me and what I was going to say in this speech that I'm rambling on. I really just thought about the competitive drive that being on a team has given me, and really don't take that for granted, that there's going to be something you can work towards and you can look someone in the eye and beat them at something. It's just that I know team, we're so competitive and you always want to win. And it's something that I would never trade, because now, being a washed up senior now, we're done. We're not on a team anymore. I don't really have that feeling of like, there's something I can put aside everything else, get on the field, and try and be better than someone else at. Maybe beer pong on a Saturday night, that's about it. It's the most competitive thing we do in intramural basketball, but it's just not the same anymore without soccer. So I'd say don't take it for granted, because the 4 years will really fly by. And that competitive drive should keep you guys going to try to be the best team that you can be. Help people when they're down and ride out the highs, like the Centennial Championship right there, which I'll never forget. Where's the trophy? Oh yeah, bringing the trophy to Russian class the next day on Monday. No one seemed to care at all. So. But Wyatt and I had a lot of fun carrying that thing around. So yeah, just make sure you cherish the time you have on the team, because it'll all fly by before you know it.